friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I have been doing so good over the last few months in choosing my monthly TBRs, and I've been really picking books that I really want to read. However, that does not stop me from going to the library and bringing home books that I also want to read. I have had some of these books that I'm about to show you for quite a while, and I need to get to them or else return them unread, which I've done lots of times. But today I'm going to be sharing with you all the things I have checked out from the library at this very moment in time. I think I want to start trying to do this maybe quarterly. I don't think monthly will be very good because I tend to hold on to these, and right now with libraries and the pandemic and all of that, due dates are flexible. I don't know if flexible is the right word, but I think they're longer than they normally are, and I can renew them more often, and I think some of them automatically renew. But anyways, I'm going to try to do this more quarterly, and I just wanted to show you what I have out right now because I'm really excited about some of these things. I just went today to pick up the DVD of Wives and Daughters, and I'm going to watch this evening. Well, I probably will have already watched this whenever this video goes live, but I just finished this book, Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell, and I'm really excited to watch the movie of it and just see how they bring to life this story that I fell in love with when I read the book. So, spoiler alert for my October wrap up. I read Wives and Daughters and I loved it. So I'm really excited to see this. I think they do add a scene at the ending that the book doesn't have, but movies always change a little bit of the story. So I'm just very curious to see how this is done. So I have that video. That's the only video out I have. I have a couple books that aren't like fiction. So I have 3 keto cookbooks out, and I kind of was trying to do keto for a little while. I love to look at recipes. I love bringing cookbooks home, and I like the idea of keto. I don't know how realistic it is for me. But anyways, I have the Dirty Lazy Keto Cookbook. I have I Love My Instapot Keto Diet Cookbook, recipe book, and the Wicked Good Ketogenic Diet Cookbook. So I'm hoping to look through some of those. I've already looked through the Instapot one because I do have a new Instapot that I'm not very good at using yet, but I would like to learn and try some new recipes for that. Then I also just recently, if you saw my vlog from a couple weeks ago, I just hauled these 2 crochet books, one for blankets and one for One Skein Wonders, because I do want to start picking up some crochet as it starts to get colder, although this week we're back in the 80s for a couple days, so not quite ready to get crocheting yet, but I have them for when I am ready. I have 3 middle grade books checked out right now. Also in that vlog you would have seen me go pick up The One and Only Bob by Katherine Applegate. This is a sequel to The One and Only Ivan, and I'm really excited to read this. I'm planning on reading this before the end of the month for sure. It shouldn't take me very long. Maybe this weekend. I think there's some cozy reading nights scheduled for this weekend, so maybe I will get to this one this weekend. We'll see. I also have Jack by Liesl Shirtliff. This is, I think, the last one that I need to read in her series of the Fairly, what are they called? The Fairly True, oh, this one just says The True Story of Jack and the Beanstalk. They're fairy tale retellings. I've read Rump was the first one I read, the story of Rumpelstiltskin, and then I read Red, Little Red Riding Hood, and Grump, the true story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So this is the 4th one, and I've loved all of them. So I'm really excited to read this one. And actually the little girl that I nanny, I got her hooked on this series, and I have this book checked out from our library, so she can't check it out right now. So I'm gonna read it and then renew it so that she can read it after I'm finished. So I need to get to this one soon. And then I also grabbed Quintessence by Jess Redmond. Jess Redmond also wrote The Miraculous, which I believe I own. And I heard so much good stuff about The Miraculous. Yes, I do own it. I see it over on my shelf. I heard so much about The Miraculous. I haven't heard a lot about this one, but this is one that I was approved for on NetGalley ages ago. Currently, it's out, obviously. I borrowed it from the library. I'm going to talk about NetGalley someday. It's going to be one of my goals for the new year to really work on my NetGalley dashboard, because I have quite a few books on there that I still need to read and review so that I can get approved for books, all of that, whatever. We'll talk about Nick Ellie another day. So in this one, we follow a little girl named Alma who has to move, her family moves to a new town, and she's feeling very homesick for her old home and friends, and she's having a hard time making friends, and she deals with panic attacks. She's having panic attacks. And then one day she sees a star fall into her backyard, and she is going to help this star not be lonely until it can figure out a way to get the star back to its family in the sky, or something along those lines. A little bit of magical realism. It sounds very sweet, and I'm really excited to read Jess Redman, especially The Miraculous, but I just grabbed this one from the shelves as well. So we'll see if I get to this one before I have to return it, but it just sounds like a heartwarming story, so I grabbed it. I have 2 books out that I feel are perfect for fall. One of them is The Passengers by John Marrs. This is a bit of a fast-paced thriller. I read The One by John Marrs and loved it so much, so I wanted to read more from him. I heard an interview with him and Katie on the Currently Reading podcast quite a while ago, and have been eager to read more of his books ever since then. And if his writing is anything like it was in The One, I feel like I'm going to really enjoy it. This one has self-driving cars, and you're riding in your car and the doors lock and the route changes and you don't have any control anymore over your car. And a mysterious voice tells you you are going to die. I really don't want to read more about this, but it sounds like it's a slightly futuristic world, and then some kind of thrillery thing. I don't like to go into thrillers knowing too much about them, but I have heard some good things about this one, and I know that I have in the past liked John Marrs, so we'll see. And then I have the sequel to Bird Box. This is Mallory by Josh Mallerman. I love saying that. It's kind of fun to say. It rolls off the tongue. This is, like I said, a sequel to Bird Box, which I really enjoyed. I think it takes place in the same world. It's a sequel, so it's just more about living safely, how to live safely or try to live safely in the world that is created in Bird Box. So I'm really excited to read this one. It's also not very long, kind of like Bird Box, so I'm very excited to get to this one. Hopefully this month. We'll see. The month is quickly ending. I just have 2 more checked out right now. One of them I've had for so long and I can't renew it anymore. I'm not sure I'm gonna get to it. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. This one has been so a buzz this year. It's been all over the place. I've heard mixed things about it. The majority of people I feel like really have liked it, but some people that I really trust also said that they didn't care for it, mainly because of the writing style, not content, I guess. In this one, I believe we have an African-American nanny caring for a white child and takes the child to the store and is accused of kidnapping or something along those lines. It's also like a big part of it is the relationship between the mother and the nanny. And race issues are a big part of this one, so which is in part why it's been so popular this year. So I'm very eager to read it. I just don't know that I just haven't picked it up yet. So I've had this one for quite a while, and I either need to read it before the end of the month or return it and try again another time. We'll see. And then finally I have a romance checked out right now, Well Played by Jen DeLuca. This is a sequel to Well Met, which I read last year and really enjoyed. It takes place at a Renaissance fair. And the community of people that puts on the Renaissance Fair. And I believe that this is also, based on their outfits, I believe this is also going to take place at the Renaissance Fair. So it's just a really fun setup, fun location, a sweet, kind of quick romancy type read, which I love to use as palette cleansers, in between other things. I may hold on to this one as we move into November and I'm reading a little bit more nonfiction. This will be a fun one to kind of bust into the middle of some of those nonfiction. So these are all the things that I have checked out from the library right now. Yikes! I'm very thankful that my libraries are open. I don't really go in to browse the shelves. I almost always choose my books online, put them on hold, and then go in and just pick them up real quick and leave. And it's masks all the time, check your temperature before you enter, all that good stuff. But I'm very thankful that they're open, and I am loving having library books as options. Even though I have a room full of other options, it's just fun to have some things that don't belong to me. It does help to satisfy some of that book buying urge when it comes to go and grab a book from the library. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these books or anything else to chat about. You guys know I love talking to you down in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked hearing what I have checked out from the library, and I will be talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.